Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivachadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hari. So let's move on. So Krishna Kada and no Prabhu, I can go live. I'm back home. I just came. So thank you so much.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now, so where we were in 17th chapter, right? So what were we reading in 17th chapter? Can anyone tell me what is the name of the chapter before I share?
The universal form.
That is 10th chapter, no? 17th chapter we are in. What were we reading?
About Kalyanag Mataji.
So we were reading correct. 16th. No, that was the previous 16th chapter.
Extinguishing the forest fire. That's
very bold. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So extinguishing the forest fire is what we were talking about. I'm just wondering where we left because it's gone up. So so what happened very quickly, right? So after Kalyanagnam, Kalya, we also spoke enough about him. So we are moving to it. So we are going to the flashback of Kalya and the relationship with Garuda and Kalya. So Garuda, actually what happened, Garuda
Voice is breaking, I think.
Mataji, you're not on.
not audible, Mataji. Voice is
not audible.
Mataji, you are not able to connect.
Let me just move closer. Hare Krishna. No, I think I just lost.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Now it's okay.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we are talking about Garuda and when and the rest of the snakes, right? It's a nice story. So what happened is the snakes are food of Garuda, but the snakes decided that they will sponsor one meal for Garuda. So they'll come and drop one sacrifice once a week. But then what happens is Garuda is okay, happy with that, but Kalya is very jealous, right? So Kalya decides that instead of he eating, why can't he? Instead of Garuda eating, he should eat. So what happens is both of them land up fighting, and Garuda, though is powerful, tries and hits Kalya. Kalya takes the shelter of the place where Shaubari Muni is there. Why does he go there? Because once upon a time when Garuda went and ate a big fish, in that particular lake where the fishes, he ate the head of fishes. So that is when Shaubari Muni actually cursed, telling that you cannot come back here. So now the story goes back to the fact that he goes and takes shelter there. So there's just a background as to why. Now, tell me one thing, Shaubari Mani is it's Jnana Mishra Bhakti. There's a mixed Bhakti. And we have Garuda, who is so sweet, right? He's a devotee. Now, can't Garuda, who's more powerful, Garuda or the Jnani or the Kalya? Of the three, who's more powerful?
Garuda, Mataji.
Mataji Garuda.
So we are clear. So we all know it's Garuda. Then why did Garuda not fight against Kalya or even with this Muni? We are seeing this Muni, right? Shaubari Muni. Why is he not fighting?
Because of he is getting orders from Mahavishnu Mataji.
No, he never went and consulted with Mahavishnu. Good answer. Very nice thought. Almost correct answer. But Mahavishnu never tells him what he has to do. He gives complete freedom, no? Just like how we do what we want. When we ourselves so arrogantly, when we are there and Mahavishnu gives freedom, why will he not give freedom to...
Otherwise, Mataji, Garuda is giving respect to Muni Mataji, maybe.
Sorry?
Respect. Giving respect to Muni.
Very nice answer. Yes, he gives respect. That's a quality of a
Acharya.
devotee. A devotee always thinks he is small and others are big. So he is actually giving respect. So this is what we read, right? So we have to read from here, if I'm right. Right? Yeah. Whoever wants to start, please start. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can I?
Yeah, please go ahead. And especially those who never had a chance to read yesterday, I would want them to start off so that we'll have some time. Yeah, please go ahead, dear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. When Krishna finally came out of the Kalya lake, he was seen by all his friends and relatives on the bank of the Yamuna. He appeared before them nicely decorated, smeared all over with Kannada pulp, bedecked with valuable jewels and stones, and almost completely covered with gold. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, including the cowherd boys and mans, the gopis, Mother Yashoda, Maharaja Nanda, and all the cows and the slaves, saw Krishna coming from the Yamuna, and it was as though they had recovered their very life. So when a person regains his life, naturally he becomes absorbed in pleasure and joyfulness. They each in turn pressed Krishna to their chest, and thus they felt a great relief. Mother Yashoda, Rohini, Maharaja Nanda, and the cow-haired man become so happy that as they embraced Krishna, they thought they have achieved their unlimited goal of life. Hare Krishna.
Ultimate goal of life.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So Krishna, so this is not Kannada, it's Chandana, though it's spelled like that, but it's Chandana, which means sandalwood. So Krishna is finally coming out of Kali. Thank you so much for starting reading. So I want all of you to read. It's a purification process. So every one of you all, please take up reading, especially those who did not have a chance yesterday, start beginning, and the rest of them can do later. So thank you so much, Mahi. When Krishna finally came out of the Kalya lake, what happens is, all the friends and relatives who could not see Krishna for 2 hours. So when they can't see Krishna for 2 seconds, they are scared. Now they can't meet him for 2 hours, and they were not even sure what will happen to Krishna. Though deep inside they know nothing will happen, but on the other side, there's always a fear. So this happens, right? When somebody is very close to you, you're always concerned about them. And so the fear comes up, right? So he was seen by the friends and relatives on Yamuna, and he was so nicely decorated with that sandalwood pulp and decked with jewelry and so covered with gold and all that. So what happens is the inhabitants of Vrindavan, including the cowherd boys and men, right? The gopis, Mother Yashoda, all of them, Mother Nanda, all the cows, calves, Krishna, all of them, it's like for all of them, it was like the life coming back. Everybody felt so nice, lovely about Krishna back into life, right? So for them, it's like the greatest achievement of life, because imagine for 2 hours, Balram was doing the role of holding them back. Now it's like they don't have to hold themselves, they had. So let's see more as to how Balram is feeling. Imagine his tension. So we're going to hear about Balram. So who's the next devotee? Yes, Shravani. Haribol. Please go ahead. Unmute and talk. Hare Krishna. Very feeble, but yes.
Okay, Balram also embraced Krishna, but he was laughing because when everyone else had been so overwhelmed with anxiety, he had known that would happen to Krishna. All the trees on the bank of the Yamuna, along with all the cows, bulls, and calves, were full of pleasure because of Krishna's appearance there. The Brahman inhabitants of Vrindavan immediately came with their wives to congratulate Krishna and his family members. And because Brahmanas are considered to be the spiritual masters of society, they offered their blessings to Krishna and his family on the account of Krishna's release. They also asked Maharaj Nanda to give them some charity on that occasion. Being so pleased by Krishna's return, Maharaj Nanda gave many cows and much gold in charity to the Brahmanas. While Nand Maharaj was thus engaged, Mother Yashoda simply embraced Krishna and made him sit on her lap while she shed tears continuously. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, very nice, Hari Bol. Very beautifully read. Audio suddenly raised. I have no idea how. So that's a power. Now, the moment you tell Balram, see, everything becomes very strong. So Balram Dahu, now Dahu of the world. So Balram immediately hugs Krishna. Now tell me one thing, everybody is scared, everybody is emotional. Why Balram alone is laughing? Isn't that weird?
He knows that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead.
So others also know, no?
He knows the inner meaning, Mataji.
Told by Maya.
Inner meaning.
Very nice.
Inner meaning.
Yeah, inner meaning. Second is Maya. For rest of them, Maya is covering, which is the challenge. But for Balram himself is the supreme personality of Godhead. So nothing can cover him, right? So therefore, he knows very clearly nothing will happen to Krishna. So that is why he was very calm and laughing. You know, it's like sometimes we know for sure that in a game where a child is playing and the father is playing, the father may become out or win or whatever. The mother laughs, right? She knows very well, like the father obviously can win over, but then it's just like a child play, right? So she's just the same way Balram knows very well, like Alia is like a child. It's like nothing is going to happen. Krishna, you know, is the father of the entire universe. So he knows very well nothing is going to happen, right? So when he sees, you know, he gives that little smile, the very coy smile, so that only Krishna and Balram can. The kind of communication between Balram and Krishna, when you go through the books and start getting involved, you'll know is amazing, complete non-verbal communication and body language. So Krishna will smile, Balram will smile, and he cannot open his mouth and tell there. It's so many things just by his eyes and all that, right? And the Brahmins are considered as spiritual master. They come there, they bless. They also ask Nanda to give charity on the occasion, right? So Nanda, you know, Nand Maharaj is always ready and he gives all of them for charity. And when Nand Maharaj is engaged, Yashodama has no time. She's just hugging. Now, are Brahmins using this opportunity to mint cows and money out of Nand Maharaj? Are they trying to exploit Nand Maharaj? Hare Krishna.
No.
No. Then why are they asking Nand Maharaj, please give some charity?
He is Dani, Mataji, that's why.
Okay, so let him be Dani. Why should he make him a Dani? He's anyway Dani. So why are they making him do charity?
It's a custom that when he's so happy, they give charity. It's a custom.
Okay. So that custom already Nand Maharaj knows. So why do they make him do it? All the answers are correct.
He will obtain a supreme place.
I'm just trying to corner you all.
Very
nice. So
he's the father of Krishna.
Yes. So one is he will get supreme bliss and he will get Sukriti. That's why there is a hint here telling that he's a spiritual master. So they're working so much towards to get Sukriti. So they want him to get Sukriti. So what happens is anybody, like for example, today is Ekadasi, right? So we are three of us who met. And even the juice we bought, decided each of us will buy the other person, even if it's a bottle of water. Because we thought that way, it's like we are spending for the 2 more Vaishnavas, right? So this is like purposefully we are doing. Normal day, if you see, we will not be calculating so much. You spend, I spend, or we will share. No. Today, particularly, we decided 3 of us will take turns on each thing, you know, whether we buy a juice or whether we buy a bottle of water or what, or a fruit, right? Why? Because we thought, let each of us get that credit. Of course, we very planned this strategy, which is what even the spiritual masters were trying to do to Nand Maharaj. It's not that they wanted cows, nor that Nand Maharaj did not know, but they thought this was a good occasion of Krishna coming back. It's more like a celebration. And on that good occasion of happiness, bliss, everybody should also get benefit. So he is telling, because that's a time when you're happy, you want to give, right? You will give.
Mataji, your connection is slow.
Network failure, I think. Network failure.
One, either you're happy or in the mode of goodness. We have seen this, right? Which is the highest of charity. 18th chapter will happen. 15th, 17th, 18th chapter discusses this. This will happen in the mode of goodness when you're happy. All right. When you're very happy, let's say birthday, I come and tell you, give me 5 rupees, you'll just not think. But other day you'll think, forget 5, but whatever is the amount, right? So that is the point in which he is stressing. Yes, who is the last para? Whoever has not read yesterday, I'll be very happy if they can read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Go ahead, Mataji. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Manijan, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, it was almost night and all the inhabitants of Vrindavana, including the cows and calves, were very tired. They decided to take their rest on the river bank. In the middle of the night, while they were taking rest, there was suddenly a great forest fire, and it quickly appeared that the fire would soon devour all the inhabitants of Vrindavana. As soon as they felt the warmth of the fire, they immediately took shelter of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he was playing just like their child, they began to say, "Our dear Krishna, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, our dear Balrama, reservoir of all strength, please try to save us from this all-devouring and devastating fire. We have no shelter other than you. This devastating fire will swallow us all." Thus they prayed to Krishna, saying that they could not take any shelter other than his lotus feet. Lord Krishna, being compassionate upon his own townspeople, immediately swallowed up the whole forest fire and saved them. This was not impossible for Krishna because he is unlimited. He has unlimited power to do anything he desires. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 17th chapter of Krishna, extinguishing the forest fire. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So what they are talking about is when they were fast asleep, right? In the middle of the sleep, if you see fire, just imagine what we would do. We would first pack our bag, pack our bag. We will not even probably see about the bag. We will may not even. I remember in Chennai, when we had, I was on the 2nd floor and I just heard there was an earthquake. And myself, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, and my husband was there. The first thing I noticed is everybody ran for their lives. Nobody even bothered to check if somebody in the neighborhood was there, not there. We don't even know what's going to happen. It's just a mild shake. But the fear of life is so high. And that is why it is said here, when Krishna came back to life, people felt greatest joy. And here again, when there is fear of life, they never ran. What we would do if there is any danger, of course, tomorrow if there is danger, I would request each one of you all to run and not sit and pray. That's basic. But then what I am trying to tell is that you should actually try and, think of Krishna. That is the concept. Meditate on Krishna and then still run. So here, look at them. They have so much of confidence that Krishna will save them. That's one of the beautiful Avashya Rakshashi Krishna, right? He will definitely save us. That's the kind of feeling they have. So they prayed and they could not take shelter of anyone other than the lotus feet of Krishna. So, like many people, demigod worshippers, if you see, their loyalty is never towards one demigod. They will be jumping from one god to another. They will go to Lord Muruga, then they'll go to Ganesha, then they'll go to Durgama, then they will go to, they will think somebody will tell you, do this yagna, they'll do the yagna. All this is happening, right? So all this is what is happening. So this is not, and immediately, obviously, Krishna, what happened? The story continues. He just swallowed the forest fire and saved him, just like that. Why? Because Krishna is so compassionate, and for Krishna, anything is possible, right? He's unlimited, Ananta. And his powers are unlimited, and he can do anything as he wishes for the desires of his devotee. With this, we will end the chapter. Hare Krishna. Is there any other doubts you all have? And what happens with that? 17th chapter is over. Let's see what's there. Killing the demon Pralambasura. It's a big chapter, so we can start this and we can probably try and finish it on Monday. Vancha kalpata rubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavi namacharya Haridas Thakur Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare
Always we are
Krishna.
in rush. So today we have some time. So you all have any doubts, we can take questions. No doubts? No general doubts also?
No.
Very silent class. No, not silent. I can't tell you all silent. You all have become active today. You all have any out of syllabus doubts other than this? Hare Krishna. If there are no doubts, I'm just thinking then.
Yes, Mataji, I have one doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Out of syllabus, Mataji. We
Go
use
ahead.
Ekadasi calendar and Vaishnava calendar for the fast break.
Ah.
So the two varies, means at same place is the place is same, but in both the apps the timing for the fast break is different.
Yeah.
So what should we do at that time?
So how different is the time?
Like 5:32 to 10:09 and 5 to 9:39.
So 5:30, na? So you can have it at 5:30 to 9. Na?
Yes, Mataji, in between. Yes, Mataji. Just wanted to have a
So take a common time for your convenience. But the actual answer is, no problem. The actual answer is we follow Vaishnava calendar. So since we are following the Parampara, we can do that. Now between the Vaishnava calendar and the normal timing which you all are following, the gap is only half an hour. So the common gap is like clearly from 5:30 to 9 o'clock. It's common for both, right? So break it up.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
You can
Mataji, I
utilize
have
the
one more
timing.
question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I have one more question.
Yeah, please.
Out of syllabus, Prabhupada has so many morning walks. So, can you please tell me that in which particular morning walk Prabhupada is disciples is arguing with Prabhupada, like debating with Prabhupada? Can you refer that
which particular morning
walk?
No,
Prabhupada is having so much of interaction of his disciples are there in that particular lecture. Can you please, there are so many. So
there are so many. Okay, very nice. There are so many, but the one which I liked, I can tell you. The one which I liked, I think I can even, it's also there in Veda base, is the morning walk which Prabhupada had a discussion with the priest, the church priest, right? So I like that particular discussion because that is typically the hesitation which all of us have. And I asked Nishtha Prabhu this. I will come to your answer in 1 second. What I was telling Nishtha Prabhu casually is when we met, I was telling him, I made a Sikh chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, and though I was feeling fine, though we know this is the Maha Mantra, somewhere, we have this feeling that we should not give up impression to people that we are promoting Hinduism, because Bhagavad Gita is not about Hindu Dharma. It is Sanatana Dharma, right? So that time Prabhu gave me a very beautiful point. He said, Guru Govind, right? He also had told in their book that they have to chant Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, the Maha Mantra. So
Hare
these
Krishna,
are the names which will save. This is what very beautifully he has also told that this is Hare Krishna. So likewise, Prabhupada had a very lovely discussion about a priest trying to tell about Krishna and about Christ. So the discussion went for long as to who is Krishna, who is Christ, and all the link. If I have time, I'll just show you. That particular conversation, I really...
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Because voice is breaking, Mataji.
Because here very clearly they say my signal is down. And
yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, now
Mataji,
here.
all right.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
In
Mataji.
Okay,
break
so
was
Krishna, and so then the Krishna is Krishna. Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. So Krishna, okay, signal keeps, I don't know why it's a little raining. So Krishna is Krishna, and therefore and Christ is always said as Son of God. So he had brought in very beautifully the link between both. So this is so if you ask me which morning walk, I can tell you my view, which I like, but I think every morning walk is a conversation. You have to find what's
Yes,
close to your
Mataji.
heart and what suits you. Yeah, because each
No, I
one
just
is
heard a lecture, so I thought that particular, if I could listen. I was just
okay. And
interested.
whatever I said is in the science of self-realization. So the lectures of science of self-realization is said. Let me just take you Veda base, right? Science and self-realization, understanding Krishna and Krishna. I'm just telling you mine. So this is a morning walk between him and Father Emmanuel, where he says, yeah. Can you please read this para?
Yes, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada, when an Indian person calls on Krishna, he often says Krishna. Krishna is a Sanskrit word meaning attraction. So when we address God as Christ, Krishna or Krishna, we indicate the same all-attractive Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Jesus said, Our Father who art in heaven, sanctified be thy name, that name of God was Krishna or Krishna. Do you agree? Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Jesus says the Christ, right? Because Father. So now that is the same thing they are telling is Krishna. So can you see the link? Because this is something which, besides conviction, we should also have knowledge so that we are able to convince people, right? So that is first gives us confidence, Shraddha. Prabhu always says one thing, he says the difference between spiritual master and us is just Shraddha. He says just Shraddha. He loves Krishna more and believes in Krishna more than us. That's it, full stop. This is how he explained on the first few days when I was asking and thinking, who's Guru? So beautifully, just one line. He said the difference between us and the Guru is just Shraddha. It's how much of faith. That's a single word which defines and differentiates us from Guru. Likewise, the knowledge helps us to justify not only to outsiders but to ourselves, right?
but
So
Mataji,
thanks for being. So this is a conversation.
Mataji, Jesus Christ used to take the
Yeah. This
non-vegetarian.
book is called Science of Self-Realization. Yeah, please go ahead. And the morning conversation is also. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Jesus Christ used to take that meal,
Yes,
which
please go ahead.
was opposite of the Gita.
Yes, non-vegetarian.
Flesh.
This is a topic, I think, which was spoken today by another Prabhu for which he was banned. So I think I should not be banned. So I'm not taking this topic, but on a very lighter note. So basically, there is also one more thing. Even Kshatriyas, so the place, time, situation makes people deviate. For example, today, Krishna, I was telling yesterday in the class that Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, you have to do your own role, right? So Krishna is telling Arjuna, you please, your role is Kshatriya, so run as a Kshatriya, behave like a Kshatriya. Now, he also tells one more thing. What does he say? He says that you have to follow the role, agreed. Now, today, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself comes and tells that anybody can become a Brahmin. I'm not bothered about caste, creed, as long as somebody is having Brahminical qualities, having the 26 qualities which are divine, can follow thing. Why two gods who are same, who are speaking two different language?
Different, they are
So
staying
it's not two
in
different
different
language.
places.
That time was,
They are staying in different places. That's why they are speaking different languages.
Mataji, you are stuck.
Audio is stopped.
Yeah, different yuga. So Dwapara Yuga.
You are not audible at all.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, now you are.
No, I said only Hare Krishna till then. Hare Krishna. Okay, I was just saying Hare Krishna. Yeah. So
Hare
what
Krishna,
was happening?
Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So in Dwapara Yuga, what was happening is just only one thing. In Dwapara Yuga, the caste, varnas were clearly defined. In Kali Yuga, you have a Brahmin, okay, who is working as a salaried guy. Very simple. If he is taking money, then he is not a Brahmin. If he is taking salary, gone, he is a Sudra. Right? So today, and it's an emergency situation. So in emergency situation, Krishna also has said that you can swap roles. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is what is happening, right? Same way, the time which we are talking about, whether it is North Kashmiri Brahmins having fish or these were areas where there was issues with respect to food, including Kashmir. That was completely frozen. The only access they had was that. So during the time, even Kshatriyas, some of the Kshatriyas were taking non-veg to survive because that was more of a survival. So between two things, right? Between two lives, you will tell, yes, fish is also important. We are also important. As long as vegetarianism is allowed, yes. But as long as you have to keep yourself alive, then it's okay. It's an exceptional case. Now you may tell, important. Life, but definitely ours, because human life, this is a, we give preference to human life compared to another life, not because we are great and we are humans. It's only because of the fact we can go back to Krishna, whereas others anyway have to do the stream. So that's the reason which makes us give a little bit of alpha for us. Now, coming back to your question, I hope I've indirectly and sort of directly answered your question, where time, situation, place would make people act differently, which does not mean that they are breaking the rule. However, to answer one question, thy shall not kill. Please go back and read the same chapter, self-realization. Jesus Christ has said that thy shall not kill. This is what Prabhupada is telling. I'm not telling, which means that you're not supposed to kill. And the Prabhu has actually converted, telling that kill means represents to human. No, then human means murder, right? I won't tell I will kill. We may tell I'll kill you. That's the thing. But normally you say he murdered the person. Actual English, if you see, right? So when he says kill, it refers to every animal, every insect. But people have started misusing these things. And also when a very exalted person does some activity, we may not know. Example, Shiva took poison. Agreed. We are very happy. But people come and tell that Shiva took drinks, he smoked. None of us know whether he drank or smoked, but that's a story which most of the alcohol shops has Shiva's photo in it. So people say that I'm a follower of Shiva. So if you're really a follower of Shiva, why don't you just take one drop of that poison and put in your mouth? Because that you know. You want to try whiskey, why don't you try one drop of poison also? That also we know. So we are very clear, we are very intelligent, right? It's not that we are idiots. We just want to be over smart and try to over smart Krishna also. And Krishna is super, super smart. So if we try to be smart, he will become over smart, right? So he's also Chalu. So Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter says, no, among all the games, I am, gambling. I'm the head of gambling. So he can actually be that. So that's the reason. So all these leaders have done something to prove a point. And sometimes we won't understand that. We will have revelation based on our understanding and Krishna's mercy. So we have to, if we don't understand today, it's not that we
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Because of signal, not at all.
or run away from reading. It's just that we have to wait patiently because Krishna will make us understand. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So that is the Hare Krishna. So that was the case. So time and place will be Hare Krishna. So
But
I think it's time for me to end the meeting. All of you Ekadasi fasting, so I will.
Oh.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Shall we
Hare
start
Krishna,
now?
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I can't hear you all. I'm muting because there's a disturbance. Please unmute Krishna. I hope. No? Okay. Please go ahead. I'm going to leave the meeting and Chitra Mataji, assign and leave. Oh, first chapter today. No, not first chapter. Sorry, 11th chapter. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Hare Krishna. So, okay, go ahead. I'm not going to leave. Let me just assign you as a host.
The YouTube is live, Mataji.
Oh, thank you so much.